your whole motherfucking family, they also think the lobby is now open, and they will come in, and then we also have to serve them. So, depending on how many people come in, I don't get to do any of the shit I'm supposed to do for another hour to 2 hours. That's an hour to 2 hours that I don't get to fucking go home because you just decided, hey, let's go inside and eat 5 minutes before fucking close. Come on. You guys can't be that stupid, you know? Find some way to relate a little bit. It's not like, at 11 o'clock we get to just go home. No, there's a lot of fucking shit that has to get done before we go home. And we can't do any of it until you get the fuck out of the store. Jesus Christ, people. You know, and it's forgivable. Well, when it's not... But it's the same people doing it over and over and over again. It's like, come on, at least ask. At least ask. If you come in at 9:55 and you say, how late are you guys open? If you at least give us the common courtesy of fucking asking, you know, that shows a little bit of courtesy. At that point, I no longer care because I don't consider you an asshole anymore because you asked me. You asked me. And I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. Just order your shit. I'll prepare it for you. I don't give a fuck how long you take. You were at least nice enough to ask. If you're going to come through the drive-thru at the end of the night and you're at least nice enough to ask, hey, how late are you guys open? What do you guys have currently fresh and ready? You know? Come on. You know, it's don't be a dick. It's all I'm saying. Don't be a dick. Think about other people. And it's like... we deal with some, and it's not just the fast food industry, it's customer service in general. You know, the people in customer service deal with the shittiest fucking customers day in and day out. Here it is, 90% of the time, everyone's just cool, they just want to show up, get the food, get the fuck out, and go home. But 10% of those customers, 1 out of every 10 is a piece of shit. They're a fucking piece of shit. And they just, for whatever reason, the world revolves around them, and they want to be a piece of shit. And because you are in the service industry, it's like they look down on you for working in the fast food industry. You know what, motherfucker? And literally, like 2 weeks after I got this job, there was a group of kids. I'm assuming they're kids. I don't know. They were walking by. I was enjoying an ice cream cone after my shift. I was sitting outside just chilling, and there was a group of fucking people, and they walked by, and they were giving me shit for working where I work. And they were like, how much do you even make, well, you know, working at this fucking place? Just giving me shit. And it's like, fuck you, asshole. At least I got a job. You know what I'm saying? Well, what are you doing? And I challenged them. I was like, you know what? If you think you're so much better than me because I work at a burger joint, put in a fucking application. We're hiring right now. The kid said he didn't have a job. I was like, put in an application. We're hiring on that right now. I dare you to come in here and do better than me. Because quite frankly, I'm one of the best people in this place. You come in here, do better than me. And they just laughed at me. I called them a fucking coward and I walked away. It's like, come on. You know, if you look down on people who work in the fast food industry, you shouldn't be fucking eating at these fucking fast food. If you feel like you're better than the people who work there, you don't deserve to eat there, in my opinion. If you're gonna look down on fast food employees, you're a piece of shit, and you should be too good to eat there. But if you're gonna come into my fucking store and eat my fucking food, you better treat me and my coworkers with some goddamn fucking respect. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit. And no, I won't spit in your food. I'll fucking make your food proper every goddamn time because I'm not a piece of shit. But trust me, we all hate you. We all fucking hate you. And it's like, Jesus fuck. You know what I mean? Know what you want when you show up to the fucking drive-thru. Shut your goddamn kids up. Make choices for them if they can't fucking figure it out. Don't use your goddamn cell phone. Don't show up 10 minutes before close and make a big fucking order. Don't come into the goddamn lobby 5 minutes before close with your whole fucking family and spend an hour in the goddamn... And if you do that, at least try to hurry it up, for fuck's sake. You know, speaking etiquette. I don't have a car. I walk everywhere I go. And so there's a thing, at least in my mind, there's a thing called sidewalk etiquette. It's for people who are walking, not motherfuckers on a skateboard, not motherfuckers on a bicycle. You know, I give some leeway to old people on a bike, or old people on their little scooter things. I give some leeway to them, you know. But if you're a fucking 13-year-old kid on a skateboard, I want to push you over every time and they just come straight at you. They don't move to the side. Literally, they on my way to work the other day, this fucking 12-year-old kid coming straight at me. I normally wear my headphones when I'm walking, and it just happened to be in between songs. And he's like, "Hey, asshole, get the fuck out of the way." I shit you not. Coming straight at me. And it's like I wanted so badly to just fucking shove him out into the street as he fucking rode his bike by me. So badly. And I almost did it. Like, I seriously almost did it. You know, and I'm the kind of person that will do spur of the moment things like that. When my nephew was 3.5, maybe 4, he kept running down the stairs and throwing dirty socks in my face. And he thought it was fucking hilarious. His mother was sitting right there. My sister was sitting right there. His grandmother was sitting right there. Nobody was saying shit to him. He kept coming down here and throwing dirty socks in my face. And I looked him in the face and I said, "You throw one more dirty sock at me and I'm going to trip you." And he came down, he threw another sock at me, and he tried to run away, and I stuck my foot out, and I tripped him, and he fucking went face down, face planted. And I honestly didn't even know I was going to do it until I had already done it. And I look over at his mom, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And I look over at him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" But you know what? The kid never threw another dirty sock at me. You know, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. It's a parenting issue there. That's a whole different story. But, you know, and him and I get along great. You know, I've become a much better uncle since then. And, you know, that kid loves the shit out of me. But yeah, this kid coming down on his bike, he's like a 12-year-old kid, and he said, "Hey, asshole, get the fuck out of the way." And I'm not afraid to catch a case. I don't give a fuck if you're a minor or not. I will put you in traffic, son. I will put you in fucking traffic. And he's lucky I didn't. He's lucky I fucking didn't. It's like today, and I can't really blame. Like, I wasn't really too mad about these particular people on my way to work, because, like I said, I give leeway to old people, and I guess I gotta give leeway to retards. And oh my god, yeah, I said retards. I don't give a fuck. I'm not PC. I really don't give a shit about the political correctness and that whole PC culture. I don't give a fuck. Retards are retards. I won't say it to their face. I'll be super polite. But, you know, retarded people are retarded. They're fucking retarded. That's it. End of story. It's not my fault the word retarded has become offensive. So anyway, I'm walking to work. And there's this old guy on a bike. And he's taking up the whole fucking sidewalk. And I forgive him, because in this particular stretch of sidewalk, there's no bike lane, right? There's no bike lane. And it's a busy area, it's a busy street, and it's an uphill battle. He was going uphill. He was taking the whole fucking sidewalk, swerving left and right, going up. And I've ridden bikes up this hill before. I'm 32. It's not easy, you know. I only recently, this last summer, made it to the top of the hill for the very first time without getting off the walk. You know, I challenged myself and I fucking finally did it. So I was kind of impressed. This old guy, at least in his 70s, at least, was biking up this goddamn hill. But of course, he got off and started walking. And, but anyway, so there's this woman ahead of him, and she kept stopping and turning around and looking and staring at him. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? You know, it's what I'm thinking. I was like, I say bitch a lot. Get off my case. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So I'm looking at her, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Why does she keep turning around and staring at this old guy? And so anyway, she just stops and stares at him until he gets around her. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I get close enough that I can see, like, she's like 4'9", chubby as fuck, and she's got her jeans all the way up to her goddamn armpits. Excuse me. And she's wearing like a candy striped shirt. And she's got like these god-awful gray orthopedic sneakers on. And her hair is in pigtails. And she looks like she's 45. And I'm like, oh, she's retarded, right? She's retarded. And I don't give a fuck. I don't hate on retarded people. But she was retarded, clearly. And I start getting a little bit closer. And she's waddling like a penguin. I mean, she's full-blown retard. And so that it made sense why she was stopping and staring at the old man and shit. But as I'm getting closer to her, I just instinctively in the back of my brain know that as I pass her, not only is she going to stop and stare at me, but she's going to stink. She's going to stink. And she did. She smelled like death. And she stopped and she stared at me as I walked by. She smelled like the Grim Reaper. Took a shit in his Reaper robe. You know, but I don't give a fuck. You know, these were just the thoughts that were running through my head as I was walking. I was polite to her. I said, hey, how's it going? You know, I would never mistreat somebody for being handicapped or disabled or retarded. These are just thoughts that were in my head, you know what I'm saying? So I walked past her, and the smell was atrocious, but fucking it's whatever. It's whatever, right? I don't give a fuck. So I get past her, and the old man has finally gotten off his bike. This is where he has started walking. And so I'm getting up to him, and this dude, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I'll walk in the grass to get around this guy. He's shuffling so hard, like he looks like he's dying. He's like, and I almost stopped to ask him, hey man, you need some help? But I'm kind of at that point, I go through cycles where I'm super empathetic for a few months. I stop, I'll pick up trash on the side of the road, I'll ask strangers if they need help. You know, I'll go out of my way to be really nice and really helpful. And then I get to a point where I spread myself too thin, and I gotta shut all of that shit down, and all I give a fuck about is me and what I have to do in the day and getting the fuck home and getting it done. And so I didn't give, like, this old dude, he chose to ride up this fucking hill. That was him. That's on him. I ain't stressing it. I gotta work. So I walked past him. I was like, he'll make it. He's a trooper. He's a fucking trooper. He'll do it. And so I walked past him, and I must have gotten a couple of blocks on him because I was trucking hard. I'm a fast walker. And he out of nowhere, this fucking old guy, you know, he must have made it to the top of the hill, and he just comes flying by me. Like, literally, a minute and a half ago, he was dying. And now he goes fucking flying by me. You know, and he's got this bell on his fucking bike, and he's ringing the goddamn bell like I'm supposed to get the fuck out the way on the sidewalk. I turn around, I look at him, and he looks me dead in the face with these fucking bug eyes, and he's smiling ear to ear, and he's missing like half his teeth. And he looks like a fucking Looney Tune, ringing that fucking bell, and I was like, are you fucking serious, old man? And he zips past me. He doesn't even wait for me to move, he just zips past me. And all of a sudden now, on the back of his bike, because he's got like a little basket in the back of his bike, and now it wasn't there before, but now there's an empty mayonnaise jar, and it's not even washed out or nothing. Like, there's still mayo residue all on the inside of the jar, like he just scooped it out. That fucking jar of mayonnaise was not there. I followed him halfway up this hill, remember? Before I fucking passed him. That jar of mayonnaise wasn't there. And now all of a sudden, he's zooming past me, looking like a crackhead, with an empty mayo jar in the basket. And I'm